Hi friends, hope you guys are doing good. So in today's video I am back with the another Tableau developer interview recording, and this particular interview is special one because this is one of the intense interview that I had faced. I tried to answer all the questions, but I failed to answer few questions correctly. You can identify them, you might catch in the recording because this is going to be unedited one, just for to give you a real feel. That's it. I am not going to do any editing in the interview, so this is a uncut video. Though I hided the identities in this interview, so all of the content apart from this, like the questions, answer, and everything is real one. And if you are preparing for interview, basically you can take a pen and the paper and make a note of each and every question and answer in this interview. Try to find the answer your own and prepare your own answers, because as this is a real interview, I am not able to answer all the questions properly. Like, not all questions, but few questions, few tricky things I couldn't answer as per expectation, basically. But yeah, this experience can help you to prepare for your own interview, though you can prepare well. And second thing, if you have any question, doubt, you can ask me in the comment section, and you can also comment the answers into the comment box so that other audience can take advantage out of it, and it can help them to prepare as well. The third thing I would say, I am publishing many interviews and job posting on this channel. So you, if you feel like this is going to help you, like this is helping you, you can like that videos so that it could encourage me to bring up more relevant opportunities and share with you guys. You don't hesitate to reach out to me for mock interview. You can reach out to me, we can connect. I can take your mock interview as well, and that can boost up your confidence level to crack an interview, basically. So this is free, I am not charging anything. So hope you like this. I'm going to share the interview now, so we'll see you soon in the next video. Take care. Good evening.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you. So, I've gone through your CV, and I would like to understand what is your current role. What are the deliverables that you have worked on so far in your
Mhm.
prior organizations? And we can take this conversation forward accordingly.
Sure. Thank you so much. So I would start with my education and qualification first. Like, I have completed my bachelor's in electronics and telecommunications engineering in 2015, and I do hold
Mhm.
around 8 years of experience into the data field. So like initial phase of my career, I was into the telecom and networking, and then moved to the uh, e-commerce domain. Like, I have worked across the e-commerce, retail, banking, different domains across my overall experience. And at the initial phase I worked into the team, and I worked as a data analyst, basically, where I used to closely work with the client and understand their business related requirement, and I help them out with the any issue in the data. Like, I used to write the custom SQL queries for them in order to retrieve their missing data and help them out with preparing some ad hoc reports. So at a later stage of the same
Okay.
project, they used to create a Tableau dashboard for the end customer. So basically the project was to track their end customers inventory, where the sales team used to do a extension of existing subscription which were about to expire for the end customer. So just to prepare a
Okay.
relevant order and offer for the customer, they used to see like what inventory does the customer have into their account, and on the top of it, like, best offer they could create in order to get good extension or good hold on the end customer. So I had developed around
Okay.
15 plus different Tableau dashboard in that project for the individual customers. It was on the global level, so I had implemented the row level security over there. So account manager from each region could only access their underlying regional data on the same report. So the it was because the account manager from different regions should not get no, information of the same customer from the different region, for example from USA
Yeah.
or EMEA. So for that perspective we had implemented it, and it went well. At a recent workplace I am working as a technical lead, so considering my overall experience, like I had good chance to work on some backend stuff like developing the data pipeline in the NiFi and Ultrix, and develop some custom views in SQL, and then prepare the Tableau dashboard for the client at the front end side. So I worked as a individual contributor where I closely worked with the client to understand their exact requirement on the Tableau side and help them out with preparing the relevant charts and optimizing their existing dashboards also. And I
Okay.
also got chance to take part in the migration activity where client had migrated around 700 workbooks from their on-prem to cloud. So they had a Tableau server already, so they shifted to Tableau cloud now. So I got chance to develop some automation in that, like I used Python script and Tableau server client library to do some automation work in order to get the migration seamless. And also worked as a Tableau admin, so got chance to take part of and uh, tasks that which can be uh, navigate properly and give the proper access to end user which they had earlier in Tableau server side. So yeah, that kind of work also
So
I have.
are you a site admin or a server admin?
So I worked as a server admin and site admin both,
Server
because
admin.
yeah, in the migration project they leave all the dependencies on the me, and actually there are four guys, so we worked as a Tableau admin. We did entire migration stuff step by step.
So what are the roles that a site admin cannot have, but a server admin can have on the server level?
On the server level, a server, okay, so it could be importing and exporting the workbooks on the site. On the server admin should have that access, but I think the site as admin should don't have that level of access. And doing some maintenance work from the server side, that could fall under server side admin. But the site admin, it
Okay.
is more on to controlling the workbook and the permission under the site, like whatever projects fall under his site, he's responsible to maintain and uh, for that particular thing. But when it comes to server, like maintaining and creating a backup of this entire server, it comes under the server admin.
Okay. So when you mentioned that you have worked on Tableau development as well,
Mhm,
and you are also involved in the backend development, so SQL level development.
mhm.
So what is the largest size of data that you have worked on so far in
So
terms of rows? I'm asking. What is the
mhm.
max number of rows that your data source had in the largest data?
So it was around 72 million of rows in the data.
72 million
Yeah.
rows. Okay. So when you have this much size of data, what are the optimization techniques that you can consider while building a Tableau data source? And what was your underlying data base while pulling the data?
So
Which was it?
it was Oracle, and for some of the project we had used GCP.
Okay.
So the one,
So optimization techniques,
yeah.
what we can consider.
So when it comes to optimization, like it's thoroughly depend on the what exactly the requirement is, like for to fulfill that requirement, what data we need out of our existing data. So based on that we can consider the relevant fields out of our entire data, and we can isolate them, or we can cut down unused field from the data, so that we can get rid of unnecessary data in our data which could be used to develop a Tableau dashboard. That's the first thing. Second, I'll check if I can migrate any existing calculation from Tableau, like from front end to back end. If I have some multiple condition involved in my calculation field, I'll try to check if I can migrate those in the backend SQL itself using the case statement or if else statement. So that would help Tableau to load the relevant data and to avoid unnecessary query running into Tableau engine, so that it would take lesser time to load the front end. The third one, I would check if I can keep minimum worksheets into Tableau desktop itself, in the dashboard itself, so that it will take a lesser time to load the dashboard. And if the client have the requirement where he want multiple worksheets to be present, then I'll create a separate Tableau dashboard for him and create a toggle button to switch over the different Tableau dashboards. So that way it helps.
Okay. Okay. Have you implemented row level security in a single dashboard?
Yeah, I did implement it. So the one of the
Okay.
project, it was on the regional level, so where the stores manager has access to their each to the report basically, and the expectation was they should only see their stock information, only the stores falling into their area. So we had created the AD group for them in the Active Directory, and also map
Mm-hmm.
those AD group in the Tableau server side in the user group. So based on the role, we had created separate groups for end users. So once end user got access to Tableau, we configured them into AD group for the relevant group, and then we had added them to the relevant user group in the Tableau server side. So that way, if the user is present from backend, like if he does have the access, he would be able to see the relevant data. And to join this combination, we had used the access control list table along with our data set. So where we had the information of the login, I mean to say email address information in the access control list of the user, and that could help whenever user logged in, so they will be able to see the relevant data because of that joining condition.
Okay. So let's assume a scenario where I'm creating a single dashboard
Mm-hmm.
where I have a table, just a
Mm-hmm.
single table.
Okay.
Okay. The underlying data, let's say it is coming from Excel
Mm-hmm.
into Tableau.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And in the Excel, I have total 3 columns.
Mm-hmm.
One is client name, second column is client revenue,
Mm-hmm.
third column is client profit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So revenue and profit are my metric, and client name is my dimension.
Correct.
Okay. Clear? Now I need to show this data in a table in Tableau,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to apply a row level entitlement. I want to apply a condition like if a power user logs in. Suppose I have a list of power user. I have a
Mm-hmm.
group of power user.
Mm-hmm.
If power user logs in to that dashboard, then the dashboard should show all the 3 columns: client name, client revenue for each and every client, and client profit for
Mm-hmm.
each and every client. But if a regular user logs in, which who is not a power user,
Mm-hmm.
then the same dashboard should only show 2 columns: client name and client revenue. I want to suppress the client profit column from the regular user. I
Mm-hmm.
want to only show client revenue there.
Mm-hmm.
So a single dashboard, I have 2 separate groups with me. One is power user, other is regular user. How can we approach the entitlement here
Okay.
for
So
that dashboard?
here, as you said, we can create a separate group for the power user and the regular user, and if we can give the condition like if we can use the inbuilt function like is member of function. If the user is power member,
Okay.
then if it is his member of the power user, then it will show the all 3 columns. Else, if regular user is member of a regular user group, then it will show the only 2 column, and that will be into the that filter we can use into the data source level, so that whenever a user logs in, it will first check the user email address based on the filter condition. If it is a member or part of the power user group, then he will be able to see the all 3 columns, vice versa.
Uh, Can you explain me the condition that you will write on the data source?
Yeah.
Not exact syntax, but at least pseudo syntax.
Yeah.
What will be the condition?
Okay.
You have 3 columns:
Mm-hmm.
client name, client profit, client revenue.
Mm-hmm. So we can
What
use,
would be the condition then?
okay, so okay, let me recall. In the case, we first use the username. If email address or username is member of our group, then the all three column in the data source, like select uh, star or select abc column from the table. And
Can
if
we do that in data source filter? Is there any way to
uh,
select, write a
not
select
not
query in data
select,
source filter?
but we can pass the column name.
So can we pass multiple column names in the data source filter for a given condition?
I will have to check, but yeah, that is one way like to do it.
First of all, this use case that we are just discussing, is
Mhm.
that a row level security use case or it's a column level security use case?
It's a column level. Actually, we are only allowing column to be populated on the front side.
So, so how will the filter play a role here? Because filter is nothing but it's filtering out the rows.
Correct, correct. Okay,
So
uh, let me think about it. Yeah, that's true
I want to
because
hide and show a column.
yeah, correct.
I don't want to restrict the rows here. I want to show or hide the column without doing that
Mm-hmm.
action filter, which we know that we need to create two separate visuals and we can
Yeah.
hide and show. That's not the thing that we need to do, because that's a replication of the objects. We are supposed to follow an optimization approach. So how we can approach this entitlement here?
Mm. I'll have to check for that. Like, I'm not sure at the moment, but we'll definitely check
No
for
problem.
this.
Just I mean, take it as a homework.
Yeah,
Try it out when
yeah,
you get free time.
sure.
So have you worked on implementing the level of LODs? I mean,
Yeah,
level of difficulty.
yeah, I had it. So,
What was it,
basically there
and what
are.
was their
Mhm.
practical signal?
Yeah, yeah. So basically, level of details stands for it is when we use it to get aggregated data based on a certain dimension that we are passing into calculation. So basically there are three types of level of details, like fixed LOD, include LOD, and exclude LOD. So all these three we use on the level of visualization, like what level of visual we do have. So based on that we decide any one of them which fits into the requirement. So let's say if I use the fixed LOD, so in the fixed LOD, if I'm passing any dimension and let's say state, city, and I'm passing any measure along with it, like a sum of sales or a sum of profit, something. So what it will do, based on my dimension, it will aggregate the measure and pass that result in the visual basically. So it get good hold on the dimension that I'm passing into. So it comes under the fixed LOD. So if my visualization does not contain any specific dimension and I want to include that dimension into my calculation, so in that case I can go with the include LOD and use that dimension in my calculation to get aggregated measure out of it. And at the same time, if my dimension contain any specific dimension, my visual contain any specific dimension, but I don't want that dimension to be considered to get aggregated measure out of it, so I can use the exclude LOD and pass that dimension into calculation. So all three we use based on the requirement and the visualization level that we are going to create. So I would give one scenario like I had implemented in my last project. So it was for getting a total converted USD amount for the client, and they had a separate Excel file which where they had a data of a total rate, mid rate data into that Excel sheet. So ask was like they wanted to get a average of mid rate of any selected date. If they are selecting any particular date for the month, so they wanted the average mid rate for the entire month and use that particular calculation to use in USD conversion calculation at the second worksheet. So what I did, I created the if else condition on the date and created one parameter. And if my date and year, sorry, my month and year of my selected parameter is equal to the month and year of the date column, then it will return the total average of mid rate into the fixed LOD. So that I did into the fixed LOD. So that way it used to give a single average mid rate for the selected month. And on the later stage of calculation, I used that to convert to get multiplication with the USD amount what they had in another data set, to get total conversion of USD amount to show that visualization.
Okay. Okay. So let's assume a scenario
Mm-hmm.
where I'm having a data, and in that data, I have last total 60 months of data. I
Mm-hmm.
have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So currently we are in the month of August. I
Mm-hmm.
have till July 2024. Historically, I have 60 months of data.
Okay.
Okay. So in that data, I have year column and month column.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't have any date column. And that data gets refreshed every month. So
Mm-hmm.
currently we have July 2024, historically 60 months of data I have.
Mm-hmm.
I want to create a filter for CYTD, current year to date,
Mm-hmm.
using the year and month column.
Mm-hmm.
How can we calculate that?
So in the filter we need current year to date only.
Yes.
Okay. So if I'm not taking it incorrectly, so we can filter any month since last 60 month in that filter.
Yeah.
We can select any month of the last 60 month. Okay. Okay. Is it fine if I quickly do some calculation on my pen and paper?
Yeah,
And
yeah. Please, please.
so
Yeah, yeah.
we have a month and year, only month and year. We don't
Yeah.
have anything apart from for last 60 month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have year, month, and then some other columns like client name,
Mm-hmm.
client ID, client email. Those are extra columns. But as
Mm-hmm.
far as time period is concerned, you have year and month column.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have 60 month of the data. That means we have last 5 years of data. In other words.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have total 60 month over here. So we need a filter to get individual selection on
And
last. Mm-hmm.
as I told you, the data is monthly refreshed. So at the end of months, it get refreshed. So for
Mm-hmm.
any given month, the latest data that we have is up to the prior month. So
Correct.
this is August. So the latest data that we have is up to July 2024.
Got you. Got you. All right. And we need can you help me with the exact filter condition, like what filter we had to clear it?
We want to show the data for CYTD, current year to date.
Okay.
Are you aware of current year to date data?
Yeah,
What
it
does it
means
signify?
it will give me the first month to the current month data in my
Correct.
selection.
Correct. Right.
Okay, so we can use the date filter here. In the date filter, we can go with the date trunk, month, and today's date. So if I use this calculation, I'll get the first date of the current year. Okay, that would be my first calculation.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I also need the today's date of the today's month first date. It could be a uh, as you said, if the data we have refresh on every end of the month, so I'll get the data till July 31st. So July data we will have till July, we will have the
Yeah.
data. Okay.
Yeah.
So then we can use the okay, so first date we get, I just need to get hold on the current year, current month date. So if I can use date trunk, if I can use month of today, yeah, month of the today, so it will give me the first of month minus 1. Yeah, so okay, I can use the another date function, and in the date function I can use the date date trunk month of today minus
Okay.
minus 1.
Date trunk month of today. What will you get out of that function?
Okay, so month will give me the first date of the month. First of
The current month that you
yeah,
will get.
current month I'll get.
Okay.
So that is the current month, and my earlier calculation date trunk year 1, date trunk year of the today, it will give me the first date of the starting year, 1st of January. It will give me the 1st of January. Okay,
Okay.
so now I do have these two in calculation, and to develop the further calculation, what I can use, uh, I can use if else condition, and in if else
Okay.
I can use the diff date. In the date diff I'll
Okay.
put these two calculation, so it will
Okay.
give me the difference, and if that is true it will return any aggregated measure that I want, else null.
Okay.
So that way I can get the year to date
Okay.
calculation.
Now let's say in the same uh, report,
Mhm.
you need to build a filter for last 12 months of data.
Filter for last 12 month. Okay,
12
so
months
we
of data.
can go with the date diff. In the date diff we can pass the uh 12 month, right? So date trunk year of the date, comma, order date, whatever date we have, or today. If it is greater than equal to 11, it will pass the any aggregation of measure, else int. So as I'm doing
Why
greater,
11?
the indexing is starts from 0. I tried this.
For
So
data as well?
uh, for I'm going to do it greater than equal to, so it will consider the current month till last 11 month, so it will calculate 12 month.
Okay.
So
So last 12 months, if we are in the month of August, our
mhm,
latest data is up to July,
mhm,
and you are you need to show the data from July 2024 historically
mhm,
back up to August 2023, correct? So from August 2023, you need to show the data for July 2024,
mhm.
right? So how will this greater than or equal to 11 work here? Because dead diff will give you a month, the difference of months, right?
Yeah,
What will it give you?
it will give you difference of month like 1 2 3 till 11. So
Correct, correct. So we are in the month of, so right now our latest data is for month 7,
mhm,
correct? July.
yeah,
So we need to get August 2023 to July 2024.
August to July. Okay, so in that,
Last 12 months, I'm saying.
yeah, I got it. So here we can add the year condition into it and try, like it's a bit tricky, but it is possible to do. Let me think, just give me a second.
Yep.
Last 12 months we need, right? So we can do on the level of month and pass the date parameter and include the year also in and condition, and if it is greater than the month, on the month level, if the difference is greater than equal to 11, then it will return the aggregated measure or whatever we are passing into condition. Yeah, that way we
So
can.
difference of difference of months when you are saying
Mm-hmm.
for 11, so is the difference of month starts from 0 or does it start from 1? Because if difference of month you're mentioning at 11,
Mm-hmm.
what if so you're saying that the difference of month does not give you a value, I mean, it does it give you a value 0 first?
If it is the same month, it will return 0. Like for August, it will return 0. But if it is
Okay.
prior month, it will return 1, 2, 3, like. So I tried to build a
Okay.
similar
So
calculation, but when I put the greater than equal to 11, it shown me the past 12 month of like that.
okay,
It could be with the
fine.
data, but I tried that calculation earlier. Yeah.
Okay. So in your data that you have worked on, did you work on the extract or on the live connectivity?
I had worked on both actually, handle multiple
Okay.
projects.
What
So
is preferred for?
mhm,
So what is the preferred way of connectivity for? I mean, and what is the reason behind that?
mhm. So actually, both are good at their own place, but it all depends on the requirement and the infrastructure, the current infrastructure. If our requirement is
Hmm.
to track the live activity on the data, then in that case the live
Hmm.
connection is more preferable because we don't need to run multiple refresh again and again. But at the same time,
Hmm.
data size is very high, and we have some complex calculations present in the dashboard. That way,
Hmm.
live connection doesn't really work well. It lags in terms of performance. So in that case, we go with the extract connection, where the Tableau
Hmm.
does refresh the extract on the specified time, and we get data on the specific interval. So that's the difference I have observed in both.
Okay. And if we have just like this example, if we have monthly refresh,
Mm-hmm.
then what is the preferred way of connectivity?
Extract would work well because it's a monthly refresh, right? So it will refresh a single time, once in the month, and after that we
Yeah.
don't really have any dependency to track the live thing, because we are only going to see the monthly data. It, as we don't have the date column, so it's supposed to be, I think it will show some aggregated numbers based on the month. So extract will be better choice in this case.
Okay. So let's see again, assume a scenario where I have a dashboard built on an extract.
Mm-hmm.
That extract is built on using two tables. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So from SQL or any data backend, SQL, Oracle, anything, I have two tables and
Mm-hmm.
I'm building an extract.
Mm-hmm.
Now I want to refresh that extract. Out of those two tables, one table is a monthly refresh table.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the other table is a daily refresh table. So my extract is built using these two tables, out of which one table is a daily refresh, the other is a monthly refresh.
Got you.
I want to refresh only the daily piece in that extract
Mm-hmm.
every day, and the monthly piece will be refreshed every month. So how can we approach this use case in Tableau? Do you understand the use case, or you want me to
Yeah,
repeat it again?
we do have two data sources. One is daily
We have two data sources,
and one is
correct?
monthly, and it is connected to single
Yeah.
report. So when we publish the data
So
source,
we don't have two data sources. From
okay,
Tableau end, the extract is single,
okay,
but that extract is built using two tables from
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oracle, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Those two tables, one table is a monthly refresh table, the other table is a daily refresh table.
Mm-hmm.
So
Got
the
you.
extract is single. The sources of that extract, which are two separate tables, one is a monthly refresh, the other is a daily refresh.
Mm-hmm.
And
Got you.
that extract is connected to a workbook. Now I want to refresh only the daily table part in that extract every day, and the monthly piece should refresh on
On a
monthly
monthly
basis.
basis. Got you.
Yeah.
So okay. So once we publish that workbook to Tableau server side, we get
Mhm.
two underlined sources under the workbook, and we can configure it accordingly. For daily we can schedule it for daily, and for monthly we can schedule it for the monthly.
So on Tableau level, on the Tableau server,
Hmm.
when we open that data source on Tableau server, we can see two connections.
Two
Understood.
connections.
But scheduling, can that be done on those two connections, or the scheduling needs to be done on the extract itself?
On the
Because
extract.
those two connections are the source of the extract,
Hmm.
correct?
Correct, correct.
But the scheduling, can that be done on those sources, or that needs to be done on the extract, which is a single entity?
On the source we can do it, because in the extract we have a single entity, so we can't really schedule particular data underlying data source under the single extract. We need to do it on the source
Okay.
level.
So you are saying that you have an ability to
Am I audible?
that you have an ability to update or refresh the data source. Is that what you're saying?
Sorry, I lost your voice. Can you repeat?
Is it better now? Am I audible?
Yeah. I think my webcam. Now, just a second. Am I visible?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I can see you. Okay. Yes. So are you sure that we can do the scheduling on the sources of an extract, or that needs to be done on the extract itself?
So in the extract, when we go to refresh option, uh, we get two underlined sources, and we can configure them accordingly. And whatever source we need to run a daily refresh, we can schedule for the daily, and another one is for the monthly.
Okay. Fair enough. Uh, you have mentioned that you have worked on Tableau Server Client Python library,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So what are the features that that library offers?
It does offer the extraction of the metadata, like total workbooks count or user information or the data source information on the Tableau site. And
Hmm.
apart from that, we
Hmm.
can download the workbooks which are high in size, like more than 50 MB. And also we can publish
Hmm.
the workbook using this library. Like if we have any workbooks which is very high in size and takes time to upload normally, so we can use the that library in the Python script in order to publish the workbook straight to the Tableau server side. And we can also do this operation in bulk if we have multiple workbooks and need to publish simultaneously one after another, so we can also perform that operation. Along with that, we can also
Okay.
schedule the auto refresh if we need to execute any refresh after some task or on some occasion. So we can schedule it using the Airflow or in the SQL job also. So yeah, that's what it does offer. There are lots of things we it does offer, but in migration
Okay.
activity, I
And
yeah.
got it. Got it. So I have a use case where whenever an extract is refreshed,
Mm-hmm.
let's say I've created a flow using two extracts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And whenever both the extracts are refreshed, I want to trigger the flow and create one output.
Mm-hmm.
So can this be addressed using Tableau Server Client Library?
So that extract, like when it's a, so you have to extract present on Tableau server. So once that extract is
Correct.
refreshed,
And
it should execute the flow. So I'm sure we have the flow and flow ID with our. So what we can do, we can check for the condition in the script itself by passing the data source ID of that extract in the script. If the refresh is completed, we can execute the flow ID. We
how
can.
will you check that condition for a refresh is completed?
So it will check the last refresh date. If the last refresh date and the schedule date,
Okay.
we can configure it manually also, like if the expected refresh date and time is
Mm-hmm.
today and the last refresh date is not equal to today, that script will check that part first. If it is exceeded, then it will return the result in 1 or 0. Based on that output, we can execute our next loop to run the flow. If the extract is not completed, it will be 0. If extract run is completed, it will return 1. So that condition we can create in the script. If it is 1, then our flow will be executed. If it is 0, we will again wait
How will
for.
you how will you monitor
Mhm.
how
Okay,
okay
so
how will you monitor the extract refresh status, whether it is in progress or completed?
so we can, I mean, for to executing the script, or in general you are saying.
Mhm.
So in general, if it is in general, we
No, in
can.
general, I mean in Python, if
Mhm. So we can schedule it on the every 30 minute to check the refresh status, or 1 hour. That way it will execute automatically after specific interval to check whether the refresh is executed or not. We can link
okay,
that with the background task, because in the background task we get that details whether the refresh is executed or not. So if for that particular data source id refresh
okay,
is executed, my python script will specifically look for that condition in background task report, and based on that it will execute the next loop that
okay,
we can configure.
okay. And once that, let's say once that both the extracts are refreshed, I want an email to be triggered to the end user,
Mhm.
and I need some customization to be done. So can that also be addressed using Tableau Server Client Library?
We can use, not specific to a Tableau server client, but we do have some libraries in Python itself where we can execute the email to the
Okay,
relevant audience if that particular task is completed based on that.
okay, fair enough. So
I'm sorry, I lost your voice.
uh, each column.
Yeah,
Okay. First,
I'm sorry. Actually, I cannot hear you.
am I audible
Yeah, yeah,
now?
it's clear now.
Yeah, let me just disable my video. Maybe some network issue in the, or maybe on your end. So let me just disabling my video.
Okay.
Okay, is it better now? The
Yeah,
sound?
yeah, yeah. It's better now.
Okay. Okay, I have two tables
Mm-hmm.
and I want to join them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, first table contains a single column and
Mm-hmm.
two rows. Both the rows have number 1 in it. Okay, so
Okay.
2 has a value as 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, second table has three rows,
Okay.
single column, three rows, and
Mm-hmm.
all the three row values are 1, 1, 1.
Okay.
Okay, so table 1, two rows, table 2, three rows.
Mm-hmm. Got you.
Right join of those two tables.
So output for the right joint, right?
Your voice is down. I'm not able to hear you.
Am I audible now? Can you hear me?
I'm not able to hear you.
Mm, can Am I audible now?
You can disconnect and reconnect if you want to.
Okay. Okay. Am I audible now?
Yeah, you're audible now. Yes.
Okay, so we have a two table. For one first table we have two rows, and for second table we have three rows with one as a value, right?
Correct.
And we
Correct.
need to run the left join on this, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I'm considering the B table, like the second table with the three row, is the left side table. As we have one value, so it will straightforward give me the combination of 3 into 2, like around 6 row will be there in the left join, all
Okay.
one.
Okay. What about the inner join?
If I perform the inner join, so here, okay, so here I get 1 1 1 and 1. Okay, so we get two records in inner join.
Okay. And what about the right join?
So let's say table A is a right, then I'll get 2 into 3, 6 records in the right side.
Okay. Why would we get only three records in the inner join?
Because it will check the common values based on the row from the both table,
Mm-hmm.
and based on
Mm-hmm.
that it will give the combined records which are only common between the both based on the row.
Okay. So will that be three or four?
So this will return one, one, two, three, three rows. Yeah, because we have max
Okay.
three records.
Okay. Okay. Any questions that you have for me?
Like, yeah, for this particular role, like apart from Tableau, like what exact expectations are there? Just wanted to understand.
So this is an individual contributor kind of role
Mm-hmm,
where we have end-to-end ownership. It's kind of full stack developer, we can say.
mm-hmm,
So majority come would be development, but we also have some legacy applications to migrate to Tableau, and we also have some legacy application to support as well till that migration happens.
mm-hmm,
So we have significantly robust Tableau infrastructure, and we have SQL as well as big data. So the Python, I mean, we are having Hive as well as Impala in the connectivity. We do have Python for Tableau as well. So the libraries that you mentioned, like Tableau Server Client, or there are Hyper API.
mm-hmm,
So we do have that infrastructure as well for Python. And role is as a Tableau developer, along with some other exposure to these technologies like big data,
mm-hmm.
Python, and other BI tools like Click, Power BI, or anything if that gets added. So that's how it is. It's more into development.
Yeah, that's really sounds good, and seems
Okay. Anything else?
yeah, it looks lots of new things that can be learnable in this role. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
So then I would wait
Okay.
for the feedback.
Anything else?
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm fine at the moment.
Sure. I will share the feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll share the feedback with the HR, and all the best for you.
yeah. Thank you so much.
Sure. Take care. Bye. Nice talking to you. Nice
Thank
talking
you.
to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Hi there. Hope you found this video useful for your interview preparation. Hit the thumbs up button, share your thoughts in the comment section, and till then, we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.